So I'm just unboxing everything at the moment, and you can see there's two separate boxes at this point in time that we got shipped. The reason being is that we did order the largest or longest Birdies bed. It's 5.5 meter bed. You can see as well as I pull the sheets out, the reason that they cut so short, I believe, is for shipping reasons. We ordered the merino coloured sheets, and you can see they're already pre-drilled with all these little holes in there, probably about 10mm holes, I'd say. Each sheet actually has also rolled edges on both ends of the sheet, which is fantastic, seeing as the top side, even if you don't use the rubber strip that you'll see is included also, it's going to reduce the risk of cutting yourself or damage to anything. So the first thing I've pulled out, you can see, is the rubber or plastic strip that sits along the tops of the sheets when the bed is finished, and some instructions. There's not much instruction on how to set the beds up. It does tell you how to put the brace bars in there, and there's a quantity guide for what comes with the kit, and a couple of notes. So probably the most important thing it does tell you is the brace rods that go through the bed to stop it from bowing out is the sort of positions that you should put them in. For the bed later on when I've assembled it, I've used the third holes from the bottom and also the sixth holes for the bottom. 3 packets of nuts and bolts. They are all stainless steel, good quality stuff, which is great. It's not going to rust later on. Each bag also has the same nuts and bolts in them. I believe maybe they just come in standard sizing when they shipped, and so they just sent 3 bags to accommodate for the size bed that we bought. You can also see the bullnose or rounded shape parts that we're pulling out now. There's 4 obviously for the ends, and really you could set this bed up in multiple different configurations. I've just gone for the option of the 900 wide by 5.5 meters long. All good quality material. It's all corrugated steel and powder coated, so it's stronger than iron, which is awesome, and it's going to last a very long time. It's really good quality stuff that they've produced. The next things I've pulled out here are all the connecting rods. So they're actually twice as long as that when they go into the bed. They just have a connecting nut. I'll just pull it out and show you here. So there's the 2 rods and they connect together using a nut. And then there's 2 washers and stainless nuts that go on the end on the outside of the bed when they're put together. The rods themselves are just galvanized, which is okay. Even if they do rust a bit, they're still structurally really strong. And then on the outside they have the stainless nuts, so they're not going to rust and they're going to look awesome for a long time to come. These are the remaining flat sheets for the bed. They're exactly the same as what I pulled out in that initial box as well. Each sheet also has a layer of plastic film stuck to the coloured side of it, which is fantastic. It's going to stop any scratches during shipping, and you just peel that off before you assemble the bed. So it's a beautiful afternoon and we've just got the garden bed assembled here. It took quite a lot of time, and I'll tell you a couple of things that we've noticed in putting this one together here. Being that this is the largest Birdies bed that they offer, it was quite a lot of panels involved in it. And as you can see down the side here, I'll show you through, there's a whole heap of screws. There's about 10 per join on here. I can't remember how many sheets are part of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, about 14 sheets involved in this bed, and this is a 5.5 metre bed. So I'm just going to take you around and I'll show you all the parts, including the braces involved in assembling this one here. So if we just have a look around here, these are all the screws I'm talking about. There's little bits here, and they look nice, they are stainless. And let's bring around the other side, and there's a nut. Right, so there's nuts, and you'll see as well there's brace bars all through here. Alright, so this is, I think it's 8mm threaded rod, and on the outside it has some stainless nuts as well holding it in place. Now the whole purpose of this is when we actually build it up, you'll see it's pretty wonky at the moment, but once we fill this up with all our mediums and compost and dirt, then it's actually going to fill out nicely, and the bracing is to hold it from expanding too far. So I'll just walk around, you can see how many joins there are. There is a little manual that explains where to put these braces, and they say every 3rd and 6th holes. So what I've done in the centre is the 3rd and the 6th hole up, and then I've just staggered them 3rd hole and then 6th hole, and at the end is the 3rd hole. And the same on that side as well. Now one thing we noticed when we put these apart, we actually had to flip them around, is there does seem to be a top and bottom side, and if you mix them and turn them around, then these bits don't line up with each other. So they're lined up now, which is good. So the last thing I've got to do, go around and tighten up all the screws. I think I need to upgrade this. Ooh, like magic. So I've just gone through and tightened it up. You can see it's straightened the bed a fair bit already. Just got to bring this base out a little bit. And I just have to go through and tighten these ones as well. But I'll probably wait till I've filled the bed with everything that's going to go inside it. That's what it is. So lastly, once it's all done, there is a plastic strip where you would have seen earlier. Just slides in along the tops here. Not sure if I'll actually use the black strips though. I think they might get sun damaged over time, and they're really not sharp. You can see here that it's a rolled edge. It's there. It's a rolled edge, so there's really no risk to cutting yourself anyway. Alright, so that's pretty much the Birdies original raised garden bed there. A couple of things that I want to chat about before I finish this up is why I chose this particular bed, why I think or don't think that it's good. So far I've only bought it, and time will tell as we go through and actually use the product. So let me just, here we go, nice view just there. So the reason that I particularly wanted this bed over, say, a sleeper bed or pine or hardwood is I actually do want this to last for a very long time. The price is a little bit more than, say, a soft pine bed, but the value over time of what you're going to achieve out of this particular garden bed is going to get many more years out of it. It's not going to bow and warp like a pine sleeper bed would, and I really want that longevity. So it being, it's not even iron, it's actually powder coated steel, so it's going to last for a very, very long time. And the parts that Birdies have used in this being the stainless throughout, except for the actual rod itself is zinc. However, that's not going to wear away. It's 8mm thick. It may get the discoloration, like a surface rust over time, but you're not going to see that because it's going to be in the garden bed anyway. And so that's why I chose this particular style, say over a sleeper bed or something of the like. And I've seen other people use I think it's concrete, textured concrete to simulate wooden beds, and people might be after that look anyway. But for me, I rather like the looks of these ones, and they actually come in multiple colours, so we'll see how they go. I've seen other videos of people using these beds, and they rate them highly as well. So this is, I'm just going to wrap it up here. I hope you have taken out something out of this video. Maybe you weren't sure whether this is a product for you, and this might help you decide. I'm going to make another video of actually how I fill this bed and the different stages I use with it, because I'll be using a method called the hugelkultur method, and I'll go into that in the other video that I make with that one. So thanks very much for watching. Keep up good work yourselves, and I'll catch you soon. Ciao.